Who didn't? Oh, hey, what's this guy's name? Look. Wow, dude.
Here, let me give you my key fob.
Wow.
And the Masonic pin here, obviously, yeah, very, very esteemed within within Freemasonry. So a lot of these things that we see out there in this world that people don't see what's right in front of their faces. You know, they go, people, you know, millions of people have, you know, Bank of America accounts, and they see this logo, they think nothing of it. They don't think twice. Besides the obvious red and blue, which makes purple for royalty or witchcraft, you have the 11, 11, 11 for 33. You know, these are all Masonic, obviously, owned and controlled companies. Just like you see here with the triple K and the 33, basically started by this man here. So again, they're pretty clever in the way they operate. So that gets into, again, the whole topic of, which I want to show right now, which is on the actual thumbnail, is They Live Truth Police. And this is where I'm going to really break it down, where, as I see it, and it's painfully obvious to see, there's obviously a network, a syndicate of people working for the other side, pretending to be truthers, and they're just obviously leading people astray. All right, let's get to it here. People that I covered before, there'll be new characters here, but definitely I want to point this out with someone that constantly, you know, makes fun of the 33. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a number, blah, blah, blah. But for someone that decided to get married on 11, 11, 11, okay, yeah, numbers don't mean anything, okay? 11, 11, 11, of course, that's your 33, just like I showed here, okay? For someone to say 33 means nothing with Jeran, and you see his, this cake here, 11, 11, 11 on it. So definitely, how many people do you know during their wedding, the reception, have a date on their cake? So obviously these numbers are very important to Jeran, who claims numbers, they don't mean anything. The 33, it doesn't mean anything. It's meaningless. And he's obviously displaying it on the cake. It means obviously a lot to him. And I find it pretty funny because the surname Campanella is 33, and obviously, yeah, it's obvious in plain sight, you know, with the 33. And that gets back to what initially started the issue with Jeran, not only Jeran, but you're going to hear Witsit, Austin Witsit here as well. And this is what started all the trouble with my coverage of Greg Anderson 33 on Instagram. And we know what all went down with this individual here. And I was pointing out all the Masonic symbolism with the double-headed eagle of Freemasonry. And again, you know, Greg Anderson 33, he's been on Fox News, he's been on, you know, Joe Rogan, all these things, you know, so it's not just some random bozo that they just plucked out. He's definitely a Mason. And let's take a listen to the dialogue between Jeran and Witsit here.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, dude, I'm a huge fan of RV. I think he crushes. For me, you know, I don't know, man. Like, it would just, I think tactically, I try to put myself in the Grabbler's shoes, you know, and this would be missing the mark here on so many levels. Like,
so that's Witsit. We're going to get into more. All right, and he's claiming the stuff I'm putting out there regarding the symbolism is like, it's like a long shot. It's basically, you know, a stretch, you know, absolute nonsense. Let's move this up here a little bit more. Just bear with me, everyone. Just hold tight.
it would just, I think tactically, I try to put myself in the grab.
So again, basically stating this is, for the most part, claiming it's a stretch. This is obvious, clear as day, you know, and they're gatekeeping. Both Jeran and Witsit are gatekeeping here, you know, and definitely that gets into, like I said before, the failed experiment. This is on Newsweek. By the way, Newsweek is 33. So, this guy's being spotlighted on the mainstream media and this obvious failed experiment for millions upon millions of people to see and laugh at. But Jeran doesn't care. He just cares about getting paid. That's what it's all about. He doesn't care about flat Earth. Flat Earth is just a job for him to make a buck. That's what it comes down to. So again, I said it before. Why didn't he do an experiment prior to the failed experiment to make sure everything went right? Obviously, it was planned to fail. Just like you see here with Wimpy Weiss. Oh, I'm too tired. I need to find a ladder because I'm tired. Who says I need to rest on a ladder because I'm tired? What an absolute joke that is. Anyways, I already mentioned this before about making the connections. Like I said, making all the connections, and definitely making another one here. And anytime anybody looks up Flat Earth on YouTube, this is the video that everybody sees with all the characters, all the shills of Flat Earth. If you get the spotlight, you're the controlled op. They can't take a chance having real, legit people on there, and you don't know what they're going to say. So definitely these people are controlled. There's no doubt about it. But what I want to get into is here, this aspect I'm going to play here. Now, again, I mentioned this before with Rick Hummer being 33. Now, this scene here with Rick Hummer and this gathering, this is the first Flat Earth conference. This is what is in front of the billboard, actually. And he yells out here after 1, 2, 3, we're not crazy. And this is intended, to rile up the normies and say, oh, yes, you are. Let's take a look at the characters involved here as well. 1, 2, 3, we're not crazy. And there you see Skeebs, and there's Wimpy Weiss, and all the other characters. There might be a few people here that are here maybe organically. They're just basically useful idiots for this. But make no mistake about it, they're leading the controlled op side of things. And actually, I'm going to move up a little bit more because part of this is these people not only, trying to make a buck, they want to be famous. And who do you see here where they're spotlighting, ODD TV, and they play a little bit of his music and they're promoting him. They're promoting him, obviously. And that gets into the obvious, which I've shown before as well. Okay, as I've shown before with the Masonic handshake. So what I'm showing is undeniable. There's absolutely no denying what I'm showing. And this guy was his name. I think his name is Jimmy Shields with the Masonic 33 and the dual-headed eagle. And I'll definitely want to point out the dual-headed eagle a little bit more later on. But that, of course, gets into Skeebs and these obvious connections I showed before with the 33 at 3:30 for his memorial, and the 33 here with this project, quote, seed. And you see obviously the 3 and the E, 33, and you see the double cross in the middle. You all know what double cross is. You've been double crossed, and many people in Flat Earth have been double crossed by Skeebs. And interesting enough, you see that logo just like Rush Limbaugh's logo, as you see, basically identical, 33 in plain sight, and of course the sign of silence with Rush Limbaugh. And this is stuff I covered before, but it's setting the stage for more. Again, these characters such as Jeran saying the 33 doesn't mean anything, and obviously it does. He's just gatekeeping, obviously, when it comes to 33. So that gets into, big name players such as Gates here, as you see. And again, the prominent 33. Here's your 3. Here's your 3 for 33. And I'm really, getting tired of people saying these numbers don't mean anything. And they're really obviously just gatekeeping. But of course, Gates being 33 as well in numerology, and the Microsoft Windows 95 logo, the 3, and actually within the window, another 3, and basically an 8. So really, this is your, when you break it down, this could be considered a dual 33 with your obvious 3 here, 3, and the 8 itself, you slice it in half, you have another 33. Some might say, oh, that's a stretch, but more importantly, you see that 33 in plain sight. But that gets into this individual. I'm getting tired of it. I try to give Witsit a break, but basically he's Jeran Jr. He's just a crony. He's Jeran Jr. That's the best way to describe this individual Witsit. He's been taking shots at me for a while, and I haven't been saying anything, but I'm definitely this needs to be brought up, and you got to separate the wheat from the tars, and this is what I need to do here, and you're showing another stooge gatekeeper as well. Let's take a listen to this nonsense here by Witsit.
I want to start by saying one of the main problems that a lot of truthers have is they auto hoax everything. Like there are some pretty prominent people, and what they say is they say stuff like, if it's on the TV, it has to be fake. Every single thing on TV is 100% fake.
This is verbatim what Jeran says. And they're talking to a bunch of idiots that don't know the difference between their butt and a hole in the ground. They're misrepresenting, misquoting, straw manning me. Because I've never said everything. I said if it gets a 24-hour spotlight, if the news stories, they get their, say, 10, 15 minutes, not even that, a minute of airtime, those are the real ones. I've consistently said that for the longest time. So he's misrepresenting, I should say, saying people like myself are calling everything in the media fake. I never said that. I said if it makes the news cycle, it gets 24/7 coverage, it's their created story. That very simple. So again, I'm tired of the straw man, and obviously, he's good buddies with Bob, Jeran, Weiss. So a bird of a feather flock together. So he's one of them, obviously. Let's continue on.
And they'll say as soon as they hear a story like this, they'll say no one died, guaranteed, all fake. They're all actors. And what they don't realize is that actually does more damage than good. Okay. My point is to say that everything on the media is fake is stupid. It's stupid.
And who says that? Who says everything? Like I said earlier. So he's really trying to hammer the point. Again, this is basically, again, like I said earlier, this is just Jeran speaking, just another person saying verbatim what Jeran says about what I say. All right, let's continue on.
Now, obviously, everything on the media is not going to be allowed in the media until it goes through like the process of being approved by the Operation Mockingbird system. Okay? But the point is, like, everything on the media is not fake. So it's like,
that's enough of that. Let's move on here a little bit more.
My point is to say that everything on the media is fake is stupid.
I mean, that's just a repeat. I had two of the same clips back to back. Now let's get into it here. Now, this is really all about proving how Owen Benjamin has been an infiltrator from the start. No doubt whatsoever that Owen Benjamin's been a plant. Basically, a B actor, comedian that's been inserted in truth, relegated to truth, and obviously locked at the hip with Wimpy Weiss and crew. Now, listen to this for those that missed it, where basically Kanye West is promoting Owen Benjamin, and this is the most obvious, they're all working together, and that it's going to get back to Witsit, but definitely he's gatekeeping. Let's play the clip.
Benjamin, you got.
Let me back it up here. He said Owen Benjamin.
Fake.
Owen Benjamin, you guys got to pull this up. Dave Chappelle is a hack, and he gets a lot of his jokes from Owen Benjamin. Oh, Dave Chappelle, Jewish platform.
So I better stop it there. Yeah. So what I'm getting at here is obviously Kanye West is promoting Owen Benjamin heavily here, mentioning him twice, saying how Dave Chappelle steals his joke. So that gets into this. Okay, I might have this out of order as far as the clips, because I was trying to rush and get things together. But we'll listen to these, and this is live, so I gotta make sure. I'm not quite sure if all the clips are matching back to back properly, but let's play them anyways, and we'll see how it goes.
Trooper truthers. That's what I'm gonna start calling them. The super trooper truthers. You know, like the truth police, as some people say.
I wonder who he's referring to.
Where everything is this huge orchestrated psychological operation and there is no real thing under the sun that exists. Well, I feel bad for people that think like that. And it's because they've kind of lost their ability to apply pattern recognition and to discern with intuition. And that's all that it is.
That's an absolute joke. Pattern recognition. All I've done, and others that are speaking the real truth, they see the pattern recognition of what's happening with the psyops, with all these events. So definitely you could put Witsit in the dumpster with the rest of the fake truthers, because obviously he's not speaking the real truth. And I'll say this right now. It's on his channel. He's basically crying about he's not getting enough money, not enough supporters. He might have to get a job because he's not making enough money doing this. He says, oh, if you send me $5, that's great, but don't write me a long message on PayPal. Don't write me a long message. Come on now. Like he's complaining. He complains about people that send him quote only $5 and send him a long message. Be happy you get a penny from anybody. Give me a break. So definitely, like I said, he's in the same boat with Wimpy Weiss, Jeran, basically gatekeeping for Owen Benjamin. Obviously, Globebusters crew cannot be trusted. And I'm putting it out there. This needs to be done. Let's move forward.
Paranoia. I guess Owen Benjamin is compromised too. Oh, Owen Benjamin is just starstruck. Oh, you can't trust Owen Benjamin. Well, this is the deal, right? Like, Owen Benjamin is the reason that I stopped.
I'm going to stop there because he gets into the aspect of I'll just put it lightly, of spicy movies, how Witsit had an issue with spicy movies. And I'll like I said, I'm putting it lightly. And he claims that Owen helped stop him from watching spicy movies. So he gives Owen all this credit. Give me a break. Unbelievable. Let's continue on here.
Owen Benjamin, I was there. I was one of the main ones telling him the Earth's flat. Okay. I was one of the main ones pressing him about the Earth, super chatting him about the Earth. First time he publicly admitted the Earth was flat was after he read my PayPal about it, where I said, oh, the Messiah came to Earth and didn't tell all the Hebrew people they were wrong about the Earth. Christians usually duck the question. And that was the first time he publicly said, like, F it, I think it's flat or whatever.
So, he's really patting himself in the back, giving himself credit for, quote, waking up Owen Benjamin. What a complete joke. What a complete joke it is. And here's the thing is, it's the same exact thing with Jeran, like I said. Flat or truth, I don't really have an issue. I really don't have an issue. But I have a huge issue with him calling out, quote, Professor Dave a couple of years ago. And this guy, he's only been around for a few years, by the way. Austin's only been around for a few years. I only knew about him for about, I would say, 1.5 years, 2 years maybe, from Jeran's channel. But what I'm getting at is, supposedly, according to Austin, Professor Dave and this guy Bryant offered him $5,000 to debate flat Earth versus ball Earth. Why would these guys give you $5,000? I mean, what kind of joke is that? That someone has to pay you to debate $5,000? And then he said no. And then he said he talked to Wimpy Weiss, and they came up with, how about we come back with them at $10,000? And quote, he says, oh, he was only joking about it, and they accepted. It's all just it's all a pantomime. It's all a big joke. They're controlling both sides of the discussion, and it's very clear what is happening. And I showed the evidence with all the controlled op, and they're all connected. That's the huge aspect. They're all connected. Let's play a little bit more here.
Is the idea that Ye's a part of it is a stretch to me. I covered some of that.
Ye being part of it, and that's obviously Kanye. Quote, Kanye being part of it is a stretch, according to, and let me get to that spot here. Actually, let me get back over here. Where is that at here? So Witsit claims that Kanye West, as you see here, being part of it is a stretch. What an absolute clown Witsit is. I'll say it twice. What an absolute clown Witsit is. To say Kanye being part of it is a stretch. Everybody part of this. It's like a movie. They're part of the script. They're not going to have control people working along non-control people. Witsit thinks people are really dumb. Jeran thinks people are really dumb. But these people that are being deceived, hey, they're the ones that are truly dumb. And yeah, I can see right through this. And this is, again, this is why, I put out the They Live Truth Police, because this needs to be exposed. It needs to be talked about, and the truth needs to be told. And the problem is you have the infiltrators on the other side pushing absolute lies and garbage. And someone needs to stand up, and it has to be me, obviously. Someone has to come out here and say something, and not let this clown Witsit say, oh, it's a stretch to believe Kanye is part of this. What a joke. You're a real joke, Witsit, and you don't get it. Let's play that again so there's no mistake about it. Gatekeeping, Witsit.
The idea that Ye's a part of it is a stretch to me. I covered some of that. We'll keep watching it. Am I fully falling for him like he's some type of, I don't know. Am I just some crazy psychopathic, paranoid conspiracy theorist that just automatically assumes everything is some big elaborate plan? No, because I'm not stupid. So
he says, see, this is the psychological aspect that's being played. He thinks he's very clever. And to me, he's extremely, extremely transparent. He's speaking to a lot of baby truthers that just fall for his garbage, his nonsense. Absolutely. Owen, Kanye, obviously AJ, they're all part of this clown show. And this is, like I said, this is important because the problem is this. There's me and there's a few others speaking real truth. They're trying to drown out the real truth with garbage like this. Jeran, David Weiss, Witsit, Bob, the list goes on and on. And this, again, I said it already multiple times. It needs to be dealt with. It needs to be exposed. What's happening, and for him to put out and Jeran to put out this type of information that Owen and Kanye are legit or could be legit, whatever. Nothing could be further from the truth.
Mr. Witsit gets an F.